Hey, what's going on, guys? Strifium here, and today I have a bit of a live commentary for you. I'm going to be going over the new talent calculator for Mists of Pandaria. Now, I know Mists of Pandaria is quite a while away, but I still felt it would be pretty neat to go in and take a look at what I'm probably going to be doing in Mists of Pandaria and show you guys. So, if some of you didn't know, I play a Ret Paladin, and I'm a 2300 Ret Paladin at the moment, so I don't know, take my opinion into consideration if you want, but I don't really care what you do. So we go in, and the first thing I looked at was the fact that the talents were on the right and the specs were on the left, and I saw that talents are no longer specific to each spec, they're class specific, and then your specializations just give you specific abilities for that spec. One of the things I saw in the first tier of talents was Long Arm of the Law, and I instantly went and looked over here at the cooldown of Judgment, but there is no cooldown that I could see. So taking this talent will solely depend on how long or how many times you can Judgment, but for now I'm going to choose Pursuit of Justice because you gain 10% movement speed for each current charge of Holy Power, and as a Ret Paladin you're constantly gaining Holy Power. Speed of Light I just ignored. I just don't think I'm going to need that as a Ret Paladin at all. What it does is it increases your speed by 60% for 6 seconds, and then for each spec it'll give you a bonus ability. For Ret, it radiates 1000 healing to allies within 10 yards for 12 seconds, so that seems useless to me. So Pursuit of Justice it is for the first tier. Then we go down to tier 2 of the talents. You got Fist of Justice. It actually replaces Hammer of Justice by name. It's the same ability. It's got a 30-second cooldown, and it's a 6-second stun. Then you have Repentance. Now this is, I've heard a lot of things about Repentance. Apparently it's a spammable CC now, and it's a 1.5 second cast. So you're actually casting Repentance now, and it costs 9% of your base mana. This will CC a target for up to 1 minute. That's in PvE. I'm not exactly sure what it is in PvP to be exact. I think it's about 6 seconds, 6 or 8 seconds. Then you have a slow as a Ret Paladin. You have Burden of Guilt. Your judgment hits fill your target with doubt and remorse, reducing their movement speed by 50% for 12 seconds. So this is a 12-second slow. I'm running with a Death Knight, so he has Chains of Ice, so I'm going to have to take Fist of Justice because stunning a target is always beneficial. Whenever you're going for a kill, you know, you stun the healer, or if you're on the healer, you stun the healer so he can't heal himself, and you basically just blow him up. Then Tier 3, you have Blessed Life. You have a 100% chance to gain a charge of Holy Power whenever you take direct damage or stun, feared, or immobilized. It can't occur more than once every 8 seconds. So I'm not taking that. Sacred Shield's what I have now as a Ret Pally. I mean, you're basically forced to get it because it's such a beneficial talent. But I'm going to have to take Sacred Shield. Ardent Defender, I don't know, this is a debate. You reduce your damage taken by 20% for 10 seconds. And then the next attack that would otherwise kill me would instead heal me for 15% of my maximum health. I think I'm going to have to go with the Sacred Shield. Selfless Healer, Eternal Glory, or Holy Shield. Holy Shield, that's not something I'm going to take. All it does is shield a friendly target, and then that's per charge of Holy Power. Then you have Eternal Glory. You do more healing, or sorry, you don't do more healing. You have the opportunity to possibly not consume Holy Power on your Word of Glory or Light of Dawn. Since I'm always gaining Holy Power, that's not exactly something I'm going to take. Selfless Healer it is because my judgments reduce the mana cost of my next Flash of Lights, and that can improve my off healing by a lot. Plus, it improves the effectiveness by 50%. It can stack as well to up to 2 times. Then we have Tier 5. Veneration. This is a buff to your Consecration. Your Consecration causes the Veneration effect on party or raid members within its area, and then what it does is it makes you immune to movement and parrying effects for 6 seconds. That's pretty fucking sweet. but it's not going to be something I'm going to use as a ret pally. That's something I'd more use if I was a holy pally, so that my players can get to me or something like that, so that I can heal them behind line of sight. Axe of Sacrifice, this will reduce the cooldown of your Hand of Freedom, Hand of Protection, and Hand of Sacrifice by 20%, and the mana cost by 20%. In addition, your cleanse will remove 1 movement and parrying effect if cast on yourself. That's something I'm going to have to really think hard about in the future, but for now I'm going to have to take Clemency, because then you could use any of that stuff again instantly. But back to Axe of Sacrifice, this gives me the thought that Cleanse won't be able to remove movement and parrying effects on yourself anymore, no matter what spec you are. I know you can as Ret. I'm not sure about the other classes, but it's always beneficial to be able to get yourself mobile whenever you need to. But Clemency is pretty good too, because then you could just refresh the cooldown on your Hand of Freedom, Hand of Protection, and Hand of Sacrifice. Tier 6 is got some pretty badass abilities. Holy Avenger is my main choice right off the bat. Summoning a Guardian of Ancient Kings also imbues you with the power of Holy Avenger, and what it does is none of your abilities consume Holy Power, and cast as if 3 Holy Power were consumed, and it lasts 10 seconds. Templar's Verdict is a spammable ability, so if you're hitting people for 30k Templar's Verdicts in Kata, I'm just thinking of what you can hit them for in Mists of Pandaria, but I mean, I can probably get off about 7 or 8, or not even 7 or 8, maybe like 6 or 7 Templar's Verdicts inside of 10 seconds. So I'll be able to do a shit ton of damage. But then the other options are pretty good too. Sanctified Wrath, it does the same thing it does now. It just gives you frequent access to one of your abilities while Avenging Wrath is up. And of course for Ret, it's Hammer of Wrath, so that's nothing new. And then Divine Purpose, abilities that cost Holy Power have a 15% chance to cause the Divine Purpose effect. Divine Purpose, your next Holy Power ability, will consume no Holy Power and cast as if 3 Holy Power weren't consumed. I'm not taking that. So it's Holy Avenger for me. And then before I just finish up here, I'm just going to go through a couple of new things I saw. Your judgments will now, whenever you hit the target, the target you hit with your judgment will actually reduce the or it will increase the physical damage taken by 4%. So that's a nice little add-on to judgment. Every spec has their own specific judgment now. It's basically back to the way it was before. 3 judgments, 1 for each spec. However, you only get 1 whenever you spec. Crusader's Zeal, your normal melee attacks have a chance to increase the attack speed by 25% for your next 3 melee swings. That's a really fucking sweet passive. Something they brought into the Ret specialization is Hammer of the Righteous. You deal some weapon damage, and you're causing a wave of light that hits all targets within 8 yards for an amount of damage based on your attack power and whatever, and then reduces their physical damage done by 10% for 30 seconds, and it grants you a charge of Holy Power. This is an interesting ability because it costs 10% of your base mana, but it's on a 4.5 second cooldown. So you have to use that whenever, but consume mana. And then we just have all the other stuff here. Nothing has exactly changed. Yeah, and then Hammer of Wrath, 20% or less, and then I'm thinking that if I don't take Sanctified Wrath, I won't be able to spam that the way I can now. But I don't know. This is my build for Retribution. If you guys have any thoughts and opinions, feel free to leave them in the comments section below. And if you guys enjoyed the video, be sure to subscribe to DaraMactire and my channel for more Ret PvP. There will be annotations at the end of the video. Thanks for watching, guys.